green room and everything.
Yeah.
And that was really posh. Then we went to Manchester. And then we went to Hull. Big up the people from Hull.
Yeah.
We love Hull. Anyway, people, thank you for coming to join us today, wherever you are, because I know this is being live streamed. And wherever you are in the world, welcome to the 8th and final Microbizmatters Day. Tony and I we launched Enterprise Rockers on the beach in Scarborough in 2012. We'd worked on it for the year before with the lovely Lorraine Allman, who's journeyed all the way from Wales to be with us. And we worked on that, and we wanted to make life better in micro business. And actually, when we started out in 2012, the terminology micro business was hardly used. It wasn't anything. There was nothing like there is now, with people using it all the time. It's a phrase and terminology, and we like to think that our quirky, mad, philanthropic ways had contributed towards that happening. Because actually, when Tony and I co-founded Enterprise Rockers with the aim of making life in micro business better, we were actually approached by a lot of people who wanted to sponsor us. But what we realised was those people weren't working to make life better in micro business. We don't need to go down the road of who they were. What we did very quickly then realise was if we were going to stick with our ethos and ethics, that we were going to spend a lot of our own money.
All of it.
And I'm not getting on that. So here we are. Why are we stopping? Quirky friend that she met at an international enterprise promotion convention. And if you haven't heard this story already, it was the most unenterprising event that I'd ever been to in my whole life. I'm third generation self-employed and entering my 33rd year of self-employment. Had a very, very brief period of employment. It was brief, it'll never happen again. But in that time I met Tony. It was a very weird time of my life. But I was at this convention in Harrogate, and I met this man, and he said to me, "Could you just tell me what you think of this event?" And I said, "I think it's a load of bollocks." And he said, "Oh, right, okay, thank you." And he stood on his stand of an organisation he founded, and he went, "I'll take that back to the board of directors." And I said, "Okay," of which I am one. And I said, "Oh, marvellous. So you may as well take this as well." And he said, "The thing I loved about you, Tina, was I realised that you really didn't care. You just carried on because when you are passionate about something, you actually move that forward." And here we are on the stage, welcoming our wonderful guests. Tony would just like to thank some of our sponsors because we have had sponsors and supporters.
Yeah, it was a lot, but we have. I would like to thank, well, first of all, I'd like to thank Yorkshire in Business, who are the major sponsors of all this by far. An awful lot of money has been really given to us all, really, to change it from just virtual events into a festival with surfing and activities and escape rooms and runs and strolls, and networking on harbour boats and open-top bus tours and all that kind of thing. And I hope all of you have enjoyed that. And there's a big party with a live band tonight as well, so it doesn't stop just that. And so massive thanks to Jane Crowder, Chief Executive and Founder of Yorkshire in Business, and all her brilliant team that have been superb. And Emma especially has been doing all the organising, and Holly and the rest of the team have been making sure that everything is actually looks beautiful, doesn't it? And it's live streamed. And so our aim of 1 million helping hands couldn't have happened without the Yorkshire in Business team. So big round of applause. I'd like to thank, we've got from Hull, my mate really, Microbizmatters mate in the same way that Tina is, and that's the wonderful Charles Cracknell, Mike, and they've been with us through the whole journey, through all of those years, and they've always tried to sponsor us as well and put in some money. And Hull City Council, the premier sponsor after Yorkshire in Business, but the wonderful John Cracknell Youth Enterprise Bank, the BIPC in Hull for Hull Libraries, the Hull Learning Consortium, they've all chipped in as well to make this whole event possible. And then we also have Simply Business, who did the 2 best awards really to micro business owners during lockdown. Gave away £35,000 to 2 businesses, and I'm lucky enough to be a judge for them. And they've actually contributed as well to this event. So that's kind of all our sponsors. I'd like to thank our speakers yesterday, the wonderful Ian Farrar, who is here, Lorraine Allman, who actually created the whole of this Enterprise Rockers movement, if you like, with a little bit of help from Tina and I, and launched it and spoke yesterday. The wonderful Adam Corbally, I'll introduce in a second, who's going to MC your day. And then we had a wonderful UK and Ireland Microbiz Awards Grand Finals, and the whole Irish contingent, I think, have gone back today because I saw a few off this morning for the Open Top Bus Tour. But it was a real pleasure to have them all fly over for yesterday's events, and it was spectacular. And Emily Whitehead as well, and Rory Devlin, they've been massive supporters of our little movement, haven't they, really? So it's absolutely great. So without further ado, I'd just like to introduce to you, I just think he's one of the most big-hearted people that you'll ever meet in the world. I won't go into all the things he does because later on he's going to do a keynote, which I hope you won't miss, and so I know he'll tell his story there. I did say yesterday to everybody that he was actually voted the most popular candidate from The Apprentice. He was on the 8th series, but the work he does with young people in education and business speaker, including the Adam Corbally Challenge in Hull, and actually hosting the whole of our events for Global Entrepreneurship Week in Hull for Charles and Mike and various things, is sublime. Please welcome for the rest of the day, Adam Corbally.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. Microbizmatters. Good afternoon, Barbados. Anybody else first time in Barbados? I'm going to come to the front so I can see you all. Anybody else? Yes, just me and you, Lorraine, I think, is it? Just me and you.
Barbara as well, she's never been before.
Oh, Barbara's never been as well, yeah. Barbara. Oh, hi, Barbara. You're right. You're right. Since I've been here, it's been unbelievable. What a whirlwind. I've been surfing. I've been on the beach. I've been swimming. I've been on an open tour bus ride, escape rooms, TP, parties, drinking, having fun, brilliant speakers. Great to hear from you yesterday, Tony, about being a happypreneur. Absolutely loved it. Ian, really, really good. Some great solid takeaways from that of what we could all do more as businesses. And Lorraine, really, really, really good. Some really good takeaways there. And, Microbizmatters to me seems all about being honest, being open, being not scared to ask for help, having fun with other businesses, because business can absolutely be fun, sharing ideas, and events like this just bring all that together. So really, really, really proud to be here, really am. So what we've got next is 5 brilliant people on the panel. We're going to go through, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, and then we're going to take questions from the audience. So please, guys, fire us those questions. When you're hearing the intros, if you've got a question, note it down, make a note on your phone, and then we're just going to have a really relaxed, really open chat where you guys can get some good, solid content from it. Okay, sound good?
Yay!
Yeah? Okay, perfect. Brilliant. Okay, first up, we've got the CEO of the Organisation for Responsible Businesses. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jill Poet. Round of applause, please.